Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here and welcome to this video, which is a One Fantastic Scene video. That One Fantastic Scene thing is was devised by Shobogan Who, a YouTuber, a Doctor Who YouTuber, who decided because Christopher Eccleston was returning to play the Ninth Doctor in new Big Finish audio stories featuring the Ninth Doctor, that for the 9th of September 2020, Doctor Who YouTubers should make a video about one fantastic scene featuring the Ninth Doctor, or during his era. So, here we are. Here is a one fantastic scene from the Ninth Doctor's era. Initially, I was going to do the scene from Bad Wolf, the cliffhanger where the Ninth Doctor confronts the Daleks who have captured Rose. But that scene's already been done by someone, a YouTuber known as Ace Creeper. And another scene that I wanted to do, the Ninth Doctor's regeneration at the end of the Parting of the Ways, was done by another YouTuber. So my third option, which is the scene I am doing now, hopefully this idea won't be stolen either, is a scene towards the end of another Dalek episode, Dalek, which is the 6th episode of Series 1, aka Season 27, and it's towards the end of the episode. I think it's the third to last scene, if we're doing scenes. The last scene is the Ninth Doctor and Rose leaving, with Adam Mitchell joining them. The scene before that is Henry Van Statten being dismissed by Diana Goddard. So this is the scene before that. This is the scene where Rose takes the Dalek up to level 0, to where it blasts into the ceiling and feels the sunlight, whilst the Ninth Doctor is on his way with the big giant gun to try and destroy the Dalek. What I love about this scene is the culmination of the Ninth Doctor-Dalek relationship from the time, I say the culmination, for the Ninth Doctor and Metaltron Daleks relationship, although there will be further relationships between the Doctor and the Daleks to come later on, as we'll see in Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways, plus future Dalek stories of the revised series.
How does it feel?
So the scene opens with the Doctor running up some stairs with his gun, whilst Rose and the Metaltron Dalek arrive on level 0 of Henry Van Statten's underground bunker / museum of alien artifacts. The Dalek blasts a hole in the ceiling, which allows it and Rose to feel the sunlight, and the Dalek then opens its casing to feel the sunlight with properly. According to the Dalek Handbook book, which you can see just up here, where my finger is now pointing, just about. According to that book, this is the first time we see a Dalek mutant on display properly. We've seen Dalek mutants a few times in the classic series, but this is one of the earliest times we get to see a proper look of the mutant in full, and it's a great design. It's also around here where the Doctor turns up with his gun and points a gun at the Dalek. Now, one bit about this scene that doesn't completely work is that Rose is trying to take the moral high ground around here, as she's trying to convince the Doctor that he's turning into something other than who he usually is, and using the case of the Dalek being able to change as an argument. It's not a solid argument, but Billie Piper manages to capture the argument pretty well in her acting, and Christopher Eccleston is just absolutely fantastic, no pun intended, in these moments. Actually, it was a pun intended.
I couldn't. I wasn't. Oh, Rose. They're all dead.
The Dalek questions why the Daleks survived, which the Doctor does not have the answer to, but he does then explain that Rose did more than regenerate the Metaltron Dalek, as it absorbed her DNA and it's now changing into something different, something new, something not Dalek. And instead of living this way, the Dalek pleads Rose to order its extermination, its death.
This is not life. This is sickness. I shall not be like you. Order my destruction. Obey! Obey! Obey!
Hesitant at first, Rose then allows the Dalek to kill itself, Both are scared at the situation, and even the Doctor seems to feel a bit sorry for the Dalek towards the end. In fact, the penultimate shot of the scene even shows the Doctor looking sad at what has just happened. As finally, Rose orders the Dalek to exterminate itself, and it does so. And in an interesting way, where it elevates off the ground, the sensor globes around the base of the casing go out and make a cube around the Dalek, which then destroys it. It's a interesting self-destruct mechanism. And whilst it's probably not a self-destruct mechanism the Daleks use all the time, as a sign of the Daleks would prove, it is a pretty interesting way for this Dalek to leave the story in a dramatic and exciting fashion. This is a very important scene showing the emotions of the Ninth Doctor, showing how far he will go to destroy the Daleks once and for all following the events of the last Great Time War. Before realising he is going too far, he is starting to become like a Dalek, as we have been seeing throughout this episode. The Dalek has also been changing to become less Dalek, something that it cannot stand. So whilst the Doctor is able to find peace after the Time War with what he is now, the Dalek cannot, and would rather die than accept being a new thing. But the Doctor is able to find peace with Rose Tyler and those who help him out on his travels throughout Series 1, which leads to the scene in the Parting of the Ways where he decides not to use the Delta Wave. My good friend Jean-Luc Harry did this scene for his one fantastic scene on the Whoniversals YouTube channel, so go check that out for more detail. Also, my good friend Matt Moyer did one on the new Tuniversals YouTube channel, which is a secondary channel for the Whoniversals. That one's a more light-hearted one for Boomtown. But in short, the scene in Dalek where the Ninth Doctor confronts the Metaltron Dalek one last time, and both discover that they have been changing, and it shows the Doctor finding peace, but the Dalek deciding to die instead of become something different. I find this a very powerful scene, and the acting of Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper, and Nicholas Briggs voicing the Dalek are just... how high can we go, people? It's so high, and Murray Gold's music sets the scene and the tone really well. Brilliant direction by Joe Aherney, and fantastic writing by Robert Shearman, arguably one of the best writers Doctor Who has ever had, both in the TV series and in expanded media. And I think it's due to the incredible writing by Robert Shearman, the great direction by Joe Ernie, Murray Gold's music score, and the combined efforts of Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper, and Nicholas Briggs in the performance department that make this scene absolutely wonderful. It's one of the highlights of this story, and this is a story with plenty of highlights throughout the episode with the Doctor-Dalek dynamic, and it ends the episode on a somber but slightly hopeful note, as whilst the Dalek wasn't able to find peace, the Doctor has, or is able to, and he and Rose now continue travelling back through time and space, but things aren't quite as fun anymore. Series 1, Part 1, Episodes 1 to 5 were quite fun, light-hearted stories, but after Dalek, things got a bit more darker. Not so much with the long game, but things certainly got darker with Father's Day, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, and even Boomtown. Whilst that's the comedy episode of the series, another comedy episode, that had some serious moments in it, all convoluting in the series finale, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways, where the Ninth Doctor has one last battle against the Daleks to perform. And this time, the events of Dalek is going to be very important for that story. Again, see Jean-Luc Harry's video on the Delta Wave scene, with the Doctor deciding not to use the Delta Wave for more information. Anyway, so that's it from me. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out the Whoniversals and the Tuniversals, especially the One Fantastic Scene videos by Jean on the main channel and Matt on the second one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel.